Hello again, this is Kiro, and in this video I will walk you through the process of creating your lists, products, customers, suppliers, and anybody else who may be involved in the business. So let's take a look. This is the main screen of the Warehouse Pro, which is the main application. In the edit menu, you can find all the menus where you can set up anything that's related to your business. So let's start from sales tax. I'm gonna walk backwards. Sales tax rates. I have created one already, Chicago sales tax rate, which is 1025. If I need to create a new one, I just click on new, input a code, name, and value, and I can create a few of those for use in the next screens that I'm going to be setting. So that's number one. Number two is currencies. Obviously, the US dollar is the currency that we're going to use. Locations. I can create a location that is relevant to my business, and even though I have one store, I can have a couple different locations because in this case I have created a bookstore and a coffee store within the same location. So this is pretty typical. Many companies are running similar stores, so that is pretty unique, because if I need to edit anything related to that store, I'm gonna hit on edit or double click it. It gives me the name that I'm going to be using, and obviously what price group I'm going to be using for that location. Keep that in mind. We have a few of those. We have the retail price, different price groups, and that is quite important. But we always recommend starting with the retail price, because at that location we want to be using one price to start with, and then we can start differentiating for specific users. So that location is enabled, and I can hit save. So the next thing that I need to set up is my users. So in this case, I have John and Mary. These are two users I have set up. I have obviously indicated here that one of them is an owner and the other one is an operator. So let's take a look at Mary. I'm going to hit edit. So Mary, that's her name. That's her how her name is going to be displayed. You have a very long name, but I want to shorten it just for usability sakes. I can do that. She has a unique password that only she knows. She's an operator, and actually we have 4 different options here. She works which location? She works for the bookstore. That's important. In the company that she's working for, again, I can have a few different companies, and each company can have different locations. I'm going to indicate that she works for the main Apollo Store LLC company. If she has a card, I can put in her card number here. I can scan it. So next time she shows up, she can actually scan her card and just enter the system without typing any passwords. So again, I can create all the users can be in one group, or I can create a group here that says sales clerks, and she's going to be part of that. I'm going to show you in just a second. So all the users that are not qualified in a group remain within users, and John is one of those people because he's not in any group, he's a manager. And the sales clerks, Mary is in here, and I can keep adding people who are going to be working with Mary. So I'm going to hit OK. So the next thing that I need to do is create the items. So in this case, I have, if you look right here, I have created a couple of groups. One of them is books, and one of them is coffee items. As I mentioned, I'm going at the assumption that my company operates a location that has a coffee shop and a bookstore in the same store. So I have in the books, I have one book. I probably needed to open that and review some of the information, and here it is. I have the book name. I have how it's going to be displayed. I can again have a barcode that I can scan. The description can have a lot more information, and I'm going to say that it's frequently used or available, but I'm going to use frequently used just because this book, let's assume, is a very popular sale item for sale. Additional information, I can indicate that this is selling by the item. It can sell by the pound if it was for something else, or by the ounce. This is the measuring unit. The ratio is basically saying giving me an option to sell a few items in a box. Let's say I'm gonna say I can sell one case of beer, which has 12 items, or I can have one item that is being sold individually. So if I sell 12 items, the system will know that one box is already gone, and if I'm purchasing per box, I'm gonna know how many items automatically I have for sale. So it works the other way around as well. Minimum quantity and nominal quantity. Minimum quantity is the quantity of items in inventory that I don't want to go under at any time. Whether it's going to be 5 or 10 depends on the time of delivery and depends on the velocity of sales. In the nominal quantities, what is my optimal quantity? Obviously, if I have an optimal quantity, I want to be just a little bit above that at times of ordering, and when I hit that, I'm going to have a notification on the screen. When I hit the minimum quantity, I'm going to have another notification so that you don't run out of stuff to sell. The type of item, it's a standard item, keep that the way it is. And if I have a couple of different sales taxes per different items that I'm selling, let's say alcohol and tobacco sometimes dictate higher sales tax, you can actually have that set up in the sales tax setup screen that I showed you, and that can show up here. You can attach that product to the different sales taxes. The prices, here we go. These are the price groups that I was talking about. You can set up a retail price, which is going to be used throughout. You can set up a wholesale price, or you can set up another 8 price groups. We always recommend starting with the retail price to be always included and the wholesale price to be always included. And from that point on, if your business becomes more intricate and you have a good understanding of the system and you maintain it well, you can actually start using the other price groups. So the groups, basically I can get all my items grouped into a few different categories that make sense for my business. In this case, I have set the groups to be books and coffee items. So I'm going to hit cancel and I'm going to hit OK. And the last thing that I need to do is to set up the partners, and these are suppliers and customers. They are both partners with whom we work, but I need to indicate on the screen whether they are, what kind of person, what kind of company they are. So in this case, I have created a couple of groups, suppliers and wholesale buyers. That's pretty much what my business will be using, and it's a pretty standard setup process. I'm going to hit new. That is going to ask me for, let's open up one item that is already okay. The supplier 1, information, phone, fax, additional information. Obviously I need to indicate at what price level we deal with that person. Whether I provide a discount, and that discount will be applicable obviously for people who we sell into. In this case, this is supplier, so I have indicated supplier. Right here we have client or supplier. So in this case, this is a supplier, so the system knows it's a supplier. If they have a card, they can input it here and scan it. In the groups, again, I create groups and attach that company to a group. In this case, supplier. So I'm going to close, and the buyer is pretty much the same screens. In this case, I just need to create its client, and I'm going to say that they work off the retail price. If I want to give them a discount, in this case, I have given them a discount of 5% of the retail price because they are a wholesale buyer from me. So right now, I have set up the partners, all my items, users who are using the system, locations within my business, currencies, sales tax. So this is a pretty standard way to saying we are almost ready to start doing business. We just need to create all my items. I have started the process, but you just need to finish up with all your items. In the next video, we'll show you how to create a transaction, how to sell through the main module of WarehousePro. Thank you for listening, and look forward to hearing from you soon. Bye-bye.